seek to manage the North Korea risk amid obligations to Ukraine and NATO? Thank you.
Let me respond to your question first. My desire to increase U.S. manufacturing and jobs in America.
Wait a minute. What about the safety of protecting America? What happened to that? What about securing our borders? What about the threat from Syria, Iran, Russia, and China? What is your plan going to do, Mr. Regime? Go ahead. I want to hear your response.
About China.
Jesus.
I'm not concerned about China.
Not concerned. I just said it, folks. He just said it. He's not concerned about China. He's not concerned about the regime of the threat that's going on right now, or the balloon, or the spine here in America. How about that? He doesn't care. The guy just said it. He just said it, folks. He just said it on his network. We're going to continue to play here. Let's continue.
Invented semiconductors.
Semiconductors again. Okay, what the hell is a semiconductor? Can you explain that, Mr. Regime? Go ahead.
We used to have 40% of the market, and we decided that what we're going to do over the past, I don't know how many decades, we decided that it was going to be cheaper to export jobs and import product. And along came the pandemic. And the pandemic taught us that we used to have, as I said, 40% of the market just some years ago. Now it's down to 10%. And again, we invented the supercomputer. So I decided to go out and see what we could do to increase our hold on the market once again. And so what I did was I went around the country, as well as in addition to passing the Chips and Science Act, I, in fact, visited countries around the world. And two significant South Korean companies decided they were going to invest billions of dollars in chip manufacturing in the United States. It wasn't designed to hurt China. It was designed so we didn't have to worry about whether or not we had access to semiconductors.
How many times is he going to say semiconductors? How many times is he going to say that word? So far, he said it twice so far. Let's continue. Here we go, folks.
During the pandemic, what happened was all of a sudden everybody started to learn the phrase supply chain. A year ago, no one knew what the hell everybody was talking about.
What the hell are you talking about?
But now they all know.
What?
And we lost access to these semiconductors.
Semiconductors again. It's third time. Semiconductors. He just said it again. Third time, folks. Third time. How many more times are you going to say it during this press conference?
New automobiles in the United States need 30,000 of them just to build a new automobile. And we didn't have them. So we started to invest here. And what happened was when we encouraged the investment through the Chips and Science Act, and now we have an enormous investment in the United States, well over $200 billion in long-term investment in semiconductors.
Semiconductors again, fourth time so far. Fourth time he said this. Could it continue?
We're rebuilding the economy of the United States with those semiconductors.
Fifth time, there you go. Another time, folks. He just said it again, semiconductors.
And to hurt China. The only thing I did say with regard to China, there's certain extremely sophisticated semiconductors.
Again, it's semiconductors. Can you believe this? These semiconductors. What the hell are you talking about?
That are useful for nuclear and or other weapon systems. Those we are not selling. We're not exporting to China or anyone else. And so that's the context in which this has all occurred.
What?
In the meantime, we've created thousands of jobs and bringing back a sense of pride and dignity to so many towns in the country where all of a sudden...
Wait a minute, all of a sudden? What about open borders, you shithead? How about that? Come on.
3 decades, we found out that factory that had 600 people shut down. The soul of that community was lost. And so I made sure when the semiconductors were coming back...
Semiconductors again. Can you believe this crap? Can you believe this jerkball communist regime that we have for our commander-in-chief? Can you believe this? Can you believe this guy?
That they were not just going to go to the coast, they'd be all over the country. And so we have a significant field of dreams and...
Field of Dreams? Are you going back to Kevin Costner? Is that what you're doing, the Field of Dreams? Is that you're going to? The old baseball field with ghosts in it? Is that right? Huh? Is that right?
In Ohio,
In Ohio?
Columbus?
You just said Ohio, Columbus, there you go. You just said it. You just said what exactly was going on the Field of Dreams, folks. The Field of Dreams, baseball. Baseball's on his mind right now. On the Obama regime, he doesn't give a crap about America's safety. He doesn't care about open borders. The guy does not care about the threat from North Korea, Syria, Iran, or Russia, or China. There it is, folks. We're breaking it down for you. Semiconductors. Is that right, sir? Go for
In
it.
Texas, we're in Arizona, anywhere, all over the country. So it's not viewed to hurt anyone else. We are providing access to those semiconductors. We're not.
See, I knew it. I knew he was going to say that word, folks. Semiconductors. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. How do I know that, folks? I can read this guy. I can read this guy like a book. It's amazing.
But we are not. We are not going to sit back and be in a position where we don't have access to those
Really?
semiconductors. We're in
Semiconductors
a
again.
place where we're the end of that line. We're the beginning of it. And it's generating significant economic growth in America and not hurting anybody. And by the way,
Not hurting anybody. He just said he's not hurting anybody. He does not hurt anybody. Wait a minute. He does not hurt anybody. But we got people coming across the border. We got open borders. We got terrorists coming in here, undocumented, and they are going to, and they're setting fires already. We have had already massive school shootings in this country already, Mr. Regime. Do you not understand what's going on, what's happening in this country? I don't think you do. I don't think you have a clue what the hell you're doing. I really don't. I think you over your head. I think you need to go to a nursing home. I think you need to get help. I think you need to go out to the pasture and just hang yourself to dry. Go right ahead. Go ahead.
Korea. It's creating jobs in South Korea, not just with SK, but anyway, with Samsung.
Throw the towel and get rid of the administration.
So I think it's a win-win.
Win-win.